What's going on, YouTube? So I just posted a video yesterday talking about how um, fellow Americans should be starting a max exodus out of America for different reasons, right? From professional, personal, or even spiritual aspect. Um, After that video, I've learned that the U.S. government, is now in a position to where civil unrest is rising between the Democrats and the Republicans, and that civil unrest is going to be either indirectly or directly affecting most of the American citizens here today. Now that the government has actually committed to a national shutdown. Obviously, I'm out of the U.S. I am in Thailand, so I am 11 hours ahead of the Eastern Standard Time in America. So the government shutdown at the time of this recording happened just a couple hours ago. So that's crazy. What's interesting to me, what's scary to me, and what's thought-provoking all at the same time is that the government shutdown, I won't add in 2013, right? We won't go back to the depression of 2008. Like, there's a lot of, there's a lot of endemic type issues that happened that affected people's finances and overall well-being here over the last 2 to 3 decades. But let's just look at the last 8 to 9 years, right? 2018, the government shutdown happened. December 2018 to January 2019. 35 days, the government was shut down. Multi-billion dollars of revenue loss, layoffs happened, yada yada. A year later, you have the COVID pandemic, right? Consumerism dropped, layoffs happened, blah 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 blah, right? You guys know the story. Outside of deaths, right, rising autopsies, right, that's a whole nother thing. But COVID affected big businesses. Then now you have, generative AI coming into play over the last 3 to 4 years, heavy, right? Messing with manufacturing jobs, warehouse jobs, technical type roles, replacing certain trainings in the scientific realm, certain trainings and disciplines within federal government, right? Like, there's a lot of things happening from an AI base that's having people losing jobs from Walmart, losing jobs from Amazon is a big one, from Microsoft, from Google, right? A lot of these Fortune 500 companies are losing or laying off employees, actual souls, due to AI, right? So now that's been trending, and now you have the second government shutdown as of October 1st, 2025 in the last 7 years. So you have the first government shutdown, you have COVID, you have the AI generating error starting, and then you have this other government shutdown. So a lot has been happening over the last 7, 8 years, right? We haven't been a decade. And it just looks like America is giving me third world type of vibe. It's giving me America is falling type of vibes. Like, it's a scary thought to know that I'm American. I was born in America, obviously. My family, part of my family's American. A lot of family still lives in America. I have friends who still live in America, right? And I have still ties to America, right? I obviously have a passport. Now, what's scary is, what is the outlook over the next 4 to 5 years? Like, if we get close to 2030, what's going to happen to the American population? The proletariat, the wage laborers, the people who don't own homes, the people who don't own businesses, the people who can't have passive income, the people who can't combat AI technology, the people who need Medicaid, the people who need Medicare, the people who are looking to retire, right? What happens with people's SSI, right? Are people's 401k is going to get tapped into, so all that in the next 4 to 5 years of just life in America, what's going to happen? The goal is never to run from something, but like, how do you work around it? Is there a loophole in this matrix of America? I don't know. I was telling my wife, it's going to get bad. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I don't see terrorist attacks happening. I don't foresee, an extreme sense or dramatic sense of anarchy happening, but I see homelessness happening. I see people not being able to retire happening. I see people getting sick more happening. I see people dying early happening, right? It's gonna get bad. This is gonna tie into what I just talked about just yesterday. Like, how can you pivot if you have something on you to allow you to pivot, right? Even if it's for a few months or a few years, how can you pivot to I don't like the word escape, but just to preserve your life? Like, how do you preserve your life in the state of the American economy if you're from America, to people who are from America, people who are from that Western culture, right? Canada is being affected by a lot of stuff that Trump is doing, so like, how do you maneuver around that? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. What's next? What do you think is going to happen? What are you doing to prepare for that to happen? Is anybody's options, right? Who's going to be the most affected? But as we enter the new decade soon, in 2030, it's scary. I got kids, and I think about that every day, and it affects me living in the moment now. Like, I have young kids who not double digits yet. So what am I gonna do? What are you guys gonna do? Let me know in the comments. Always maneuver, feel great, cause dark times.
This potent, nigga, this visionary, they be hoping these tales in the misery, they be choking. I've been just cooking and cleaning my kitchen, man. Why you want deer and shit? But listen, my nigga, I need me a fed and I holler. I'm finna go placing and stretch on my dollar. I'm finna go look who frontin' us assets. Put up a double stack, who gon' match that? Put up a ticket and turn it to millions. I'm finna plug in with black, this is different. They finna plug us with home fucking interest. This here is godsend, nigga, we made it killing. This is content. Pitching up roots while we scamming the almond. Shit, they been praying lately, yeah, on almond. Trying to get praise and blessings like all.